Hey everybody, Pastor Frank coming to you live via a recorded message from the parsonage of Grace United Methodist Church in Sherman, Texas. Thanks for sharing your contact information with us. Every Thursday we send out a list of opportunities to plug into, and on Friday we send out some kind of personal greeting from me. And so I'm glad that you're here and you've given us that information. I also invite you to follow us on Instagram and sign up to like the church's Facebook page, because that will help us to communicate with each other on social media, but also make it very easy for you to share with your friends things that are going on at the church. I wanted to stop by just for a second to share a little bit about the vision of our church that we just recently established and rolled out last Sunday. If you missed that, or if you haven't had a chance to give some critical thought about what that vision means, I wanted to share a little bit about my own thoughts about the vision. Firstly, that vision says something about who we currently are, but more importantly, it says something about who we want to become. So when you hear the vision, you might think, well, that sounds a whole lot like Grace United Methodist Church in Sherman, Texas in 2018. And yeah, you're right. These things are all important to everybody at the church. However, we're not the church we want to be, and we're not the church that God is calling us to be. God's calling us to be bigger, reaching more people and sharing the gospel with more people. So in that mind, vision is an outwardly focused thing that helps us to grow the kingdom and is calling us to become more than what we currently are. So let's get right into it. The new vision for the church is embrace all, engage with Jesus, expand the kingdom. What does embrace all mean? Well, for me, it means that everybody's welcome at Grace. Not just that Grace is a warm and friendly place, because we are that. We're already that. But we want to be a truly inclusive place. We want to be a place where everybody feels like they're part of the family, regardless of where they come from, what their marital status is, what their sexual orientation is, what their income level is, what their race is, right? All these things don't matter a whole lot to God and really shouldn't matter a whole lot to the church. Everybody is part of the family of Christ, and everyone should be made to feel like they're part of the family when they come to Grace. So engage all is an inclusive way of saying you are welcome here, valued here, honored here, and we're glad that you're here. Engage with Jesus is really anything that we do in the church, from worship to mission to service, to having holy conversations in our Sunday school class or in a small group. When we engage with Jesus in worship, we sing great hymns, we share the sacraments together, we're inspired by great teaching. When we engage with Jesus in the mission field, we're building wheelchair ramps or delivering meals to people who are grieving, or working alongside somebody to build a Habitat for Humanity house, or sending mission teams out to other countries to bless people in a loving way. Anything we do on behalf of somebody else that builds up the congregation and builds up the family of Christ is engaging with Jesus. And so our church wants to expand on that. We know that mission and service is already a great strength of Grace. We want to bless more people engaging with Jesus out in the community, in the world. And then finally, expand the kingdom might mean that Grace becomes a bigger church. Everybody would certainly welcome that. I hope so anyway. We think Grace is a great place, and we want more people to come to become part of Grace. But expand the kingdom is about bringing people to Christ. So I might be meeting with someone and helping to grow them in their faith, and they may come to faith and end up worshiping somewhere else across the street or in a different place. And that's fine, because the kingdom has expanded. So expand the kingdom is an outward focus. It's not about getting people to come into our building. It's about sending people out of our building as ambassadors for Christ, to help people who are in the darkness to find the light. And so this vision for me is very inspiring. It's very challenging. I hope it's that way for you. And I'd love to hear your comments about it. You can reply to this email. You can take me out to coffee or lunch. We can talk about it. But have these conversations in your Sunday school classes, in your small groups, whenever you go to lunch with somebody after worship. What does it mean to you to embrace all, to engage with Jesus and expand the kingdom? So let's get to work on doing that, Grace. Let's become a better version of who we are and follow Christ out into the mission field where we're being called. I hope you have a great weekend. Take care, and I'll see you soon.